Good morning guys, Brandon Hyden here. Hope you're having a great day. It is the 17th of April and we are just on the way to the gym to get morning cardio done. We're still at 30 minutes, it still hasn't been increased. We are currently 8 weeks out from the show. And I kind of love the fact that I have to leave the place to go and do cardio in the morning. It's a 15-minute walk or a 4-minute drive, and to be honest today I'm going to walk because it gives me a head start on today's steps, because that has been increased from 10k to 12k just to find the easy metric of a way to increase daily expenditure. We're going to walk there instead.
I wish a void opened in the air.
Now, in today's video, I thought it would be interesting to talk about the stack updates and what Callum has changed over the last few weeks in terms of all things anabolics, injectables, what the stack currently is, where it started, and where I can imagine it going relative to where I've taken it before, because I think we're going to be bumping it up higher than we ever have before. Inevitably, the plan is down to Callum, and based on how I'm feeling and the check-ins are looking, he will tell me what needs to happen and when it needs to happen. But over the last few weeks, things have been increased, and I've noticed strength go up, the appearance has drastically changed. We are going to be going to the gym later to train back, and I haven't recorded a workout in the last week, and hopefully you can see some minor changes that I'm referencing, but the overall recomposition phase of becoming a little bit more juicy and all that sort of stuff I think is fully underway, and I'm really happy about it. But we're going to break down the entire stack when we do get back from doing cardio and have made breakfast. I need to find a place where I can take check-ins because there's not a posing room here. I might just have to strip down to my boxers in the middle of the gym, and it's pretty busy right now, so that's going to be very freaking interesting. Where we're actually at right now is Rev's Worcester. This is somewhere I came many years ago before it was what it is now, but in terms of having something accessible that's so close to the place to do cardio, to hit a quick session, I'm going to be training at Elite later because I just generally love my hometown gym. This does the job. So we're just outside the back of the gym. The guys that own this place, the two brothers, were kind enough to let me come out back to take some check-in pictures because the lighting in the gym was just not cutting it for the pictures. I did try and get some. I'm going to put on screen now the check-in pictures that I actually achieved outside here, which are much better in natural lighting. It was really hard, honestly, because like sometimes the cloud was like covering the sun and then the sun would come out, so it was like really overexposed, and I was trying to change the lighting on the settings. It's no good using lighting that's going to make you look better than you actually are, because then the feedback you're going to get is maybe going to make your prep easier than it should be, just based on the fact that your coach thinks you're making amazing progress when in actuality you need to work a little bit harder. And this is me. I'll see you in 30 minutes when it's all done.
I got lost at night under the stars up in the sky. Directions hard to find.
We're back in the office and breakfast is served. We've got the oats. In this is 200 grams of oats, 40 grams of protein, 50 grams of strawberries, and 150 grams of frozen blueberries. It's basically like this meal breakfast and my next meal sort of combined because they're both oatmeals. Well, half of meal one is oats, so I just combine them to get a head start on the day's calories. And you've probably seen this 1,000 times. It's my notorious double egg omelette and a little bit of this little prep hack, Cholula chipotle sauce. It's just hot sauce and it's basically made of nothing. I put this on everything. So, on like a work front this morning, what have you been doing while I was gone?
For Hardbody, we've just locked in 3 more people. Contracts are signed and sealed. Make some orders, send some things out to people. We also just received some samples, so it's now up to me and Brandon to look at them, see what we think of them, make some final adjustments, then approve them for mass production.
You're getting better at vlogging. I wanted to get Stu on the vlog because obviously day to day we get so much done when it comes to Hardbody. He's always in like, you know, the back end doing all the stuff. I'm doing all the stuff that I know how to do, and then I'll delegate tasks, and now he knows how to do a bunch of stuff, even stuff now that I don't even know how to do, which is pretty awesome, which is what a well-oiled machine functioning company needs. You need to bring on people that are better at doing the things that, you know what I'm trying to say. So now, pertaining to the stack. Sorry the chair's a little bit squeaky, by the way. I'm still a little bit heavy. I need to lose more weight before this kind of thing stops. But pertaining to everything I'm taking currently, so as you know, we started off with a pretty balanced stack. We started off with 400 Primo, 400 Masteron, 400 Test, 20 25 mg of Proviron, and 4 IU of growth hormone. It has evolved since that. Now everything is on 500, so we're on 1.5 grams over the course of a week. That's 500 test, 500 mast, and 500 primo, and growth was up to 6 IU every single day. Proviron is still the same, but clenbuterol has been added in. It started off as being 40, now it's at the 60 microgram mark. It will go upwards. I'm pretty sure we'll hit 80 soon. We haven't implemented T3 or T4. Winstrol and all that sort of stuff is obviously going to be at the very end, and some other more fine tuning will be added towards like 1 month out, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, all that sort of stuff. But at the moment, those are the injectables and the orals that I'm on. The biggest change that happened from when I went from Canada, what I was taking there, to the UK, and that was the brand that I was taking, because I was having a brand called Sin. I was of the impression, I don't know if it's a quality thing or if it's a dose thing or if it's just like that batch or whatever, I was of the impression that the stuff I was taking was actually fake, because I wasn't getting any sort of like emotional changes, hormonal changes. I didn't really feel like myself filling out. The workouts felt the same as when I was on a pharmaceutical grade GH, and obviously when you take GH and then plus everything else with it too, you are meant to feel like, it usually takes like 2 to 3 weeks, and you start to feel like an animal in the gym. Like it's pretty night and day, and there was no essence of that. And I was actually speaking to the guys at Sin, and I was like, you know, this is the batch number, this is who I got it off, all this sort of stuff, and they were like, yeah, it's real, this is legit, because I thought it was fake. And I was like, well, it, you know, not to talk bad about the business, but comparatively to what I'm taking now, it was really, really weak, because I didn't really feel anything. Now I'm taking a brand called Quanta for my injectables, my Clen, all that sort of stuff. It's all pretty much one brand. This is actually the same brand that I took when I got my Pro card, and when I say that the night and day change is extraordinary, I seriously mean it, because within a week I just felt like so much more pumped. My arms are starting to fill out. I even feel a little bit more from the emotional side, like just being completely real. There are some things, like today for example, there was just something that happened and it annoyed me just a little bit more than it usually would, and I think that's down to obviously the fact that I hadn't had breakfast yet. I was a little bit hungry. I was maybe in a little bit of a rush to get back to some stuff that I needed to do for like the brand. So there was a few, you know, alternating factors as to why I may have been slightly a little bit more aggravated than in a regular circumstance. But then of course there is the massive factor of the fact that I am not a natural person. Therefore, with something that's extremely strong, changing my body a little bit every single day, there are going to be some more hormonal effects. In terms of side effects when it comes to spots, acne, all that sort of stuff, I'm clean. I don't get spots, I don't get acne, that never really bothers me. Maybe the hair loss that I received over the last few years was down to taking anabolics, but also my dad was completely bald by 22 years old. From a hereditary standpoint, I should have already been bald. So to say that the hair loss was from an anabolic usage point, that's just hypothesis. Like that's just people guessing on social media, like, oh, you needed a hair transplant because you're on roids, bro. All right, well, maybe you're correct, maybe you're not, but we'll never ever know the real reason why. So I've always been pretty okay from a side effect standpoint. Those are the changes, those are the increases. I imagine Callum will send me some more updates soon. We were on the same stack from 20 weeks out, and then from the 10-week out mark, that's when the sort of changes were made, and then obviously when we get to the 6-week out mark, it might increase again. You don't want to do it, or you don't want to take a massive stack 20 weeks out and then you're just at your peak, and then there's nowhere to go, there's nowhere to progress. And it's the same with anything. Cardio, training frequency, all these things will slowly get a little bit harder. You'll be exerting a little bit more output as prep goes on, and that is completely normal, that is completely natural, typically the way people should be coached. On the topic of coaching, this is something I've wanted to do for a very long time, and I wanted to briefly tell you about something that will be coming into fruition in the next 2 to 3 weeks time. There's some foundational stuff that I need to build in terms of being able to offer a great service, because before I had the Hardbody app and I sacked that off, and I said maybe like 3 weeks ago that I wanted to take on a few people as like my personal clients to help them transform and literally become the best version of whatever that is that they want to become. I would be there to guide them, and I'm talking about like 24/7, having my phone number, coming on a call, I'll be getting to know you, writing out your plan from scratch, creating almost like a 6 months to a year goal plan of exactly what you want to achieve and how you're going to get there. I will be starting one-on-one coaching, and this is going to be for a very select few people, because I'm only going to be taking on, in my mind, I have the goal of like 10 to 20 clients. Based on the time that I have, I want to be able to dedicate the most amount of time to the people that want to sign on to the coaching, and not just have 50 clients to get a half-hour service, because I literally can't speak to everyone. So when the day comes, I'll announce it properly. But if by chance you are looking for some guidance, or you want to do your first competition prep, or or a second competition prep, you want to have a really, really effective growth phase before potentially going into something like that, or you want to just diet down to look better and feel better in yourself. I eventually, in less than a month, will be offering a service to be able to help you get there. Plan for right now, me and Stu are going to get some more work done. I've got some more meals to get in, and then later on, we're going to drive to Elite Fitness for today's workout. So I'll probably see you again outside the gym. The Mecca of Redditch, as always. It's literally like a 25-minute, half an hour drive from where we are staying in Worcester, so we do not mind driving this way to access the sickest gym, like in the general area. Revolution, Revs that we've been training at in Worcester, is okay. Like, it's generally a good space and it definitely does the job, and I do cardio there. The Mecca of Redditch is where it's freaking at. Stu's in the back of the car right now, making the pre-workout. It's needed today. We were sat in the car a little bit too long. We pulled up to the gym and I had to do some work, he had to do some work, so we just like sat on our phones for like an hour just like getting stuff done, so we didn't have to do it later. The pre is going to set us straight. What we got, sir?
Magnify for the pump, wrecked, enraged, pre-workout for the energy. Blue Raz.
There she is. It's a bit clumpy. Jeez. Obviously, if you want to get anything from Huge Supplements, you can use code Hardbody. It will save you 10% at checkout, and it's always linked down below. Blue Raz happens to be one of my favorite flavors as well, but they do have a bunch of different flavors if you want to try them. And on the topic of dropping my code, this new vintage cutoff tank with Alphalete literally just dropped. That's also linked down below, and it's live on the store right now. It went live on like the 13th, and honestly, like, I put this on, walked into the living room, and Stu was like, bro, that is fresh. And I was like, I feel fresh. Like, I love the way it fits. So if you want to get it, you know what to do. And the gist for today's workout, I'm feeling like I want to go really, really heavy, just because there's probably not that many workouts left where I'm going to have the strength to want to go heavy, because I'm going to become a little frail, decrepit, very frail human being when I start taking like T3, T4, obviously Winstrol. We're going to up everything else. So right now, I'm still full of life at the 8 weeks out mark, but it's not going to last. So we're going to lift some weight while we can. And if you're also a fan of lifting really heavy stuff, especially with a group of people that are like-minded and all of doing the same thing, the Hardbody deadlift meetup, the third one we've ever hosted as a company, is on the 4th of May at EP Jungle in Manchester. You're going to have to show up. There's not just me, you're going to meet all the athletes as well. You're going to meet people that you've never met before, that you're going to wish you had met sooner, because everyone's going to be there doing the same thing, the all of lifting weight. There's going to be a competition as well, where there's going to be cash prizes, Alphalete gift cards, Huge Supplement gift cards, a 6-month Hardbody sponsorship. This is for first, second and third. There's going to be a mic there. We're going to be just like literally tearing up the gym. It's going to be freaking incredible, and I've always wanted to visit EP Jungle. And if you need an excuse to come to Manchester to just get out and do something on a weekend, it's on a Saturday, you know exactly where to go. I can't wait, man. I actually can't wait. I'm covering your face.
Nah,
sorry, bro.
You're out angling me, that's all that is.
It's because it's a wide lens, mate. Now, the last few were crazy. Like, we hosted one in London, and the second one was actually at Elite Fitness, and it was in the summertime, and honestly, the vibe was impeccable. When you come to one of these events, it's the same feeling as when you leave an expo. You are so much more in love with what you're doing, the fitness industry, your own journey, bodybuilding, and everything in general. I honestly, if you don't come, like, do you really want to achieve what you want to achieve that bad? Giving away free motivation to someone else.
We go inside now, fucking freezing.
Yeah, we're
starting a 5-minute incline, blood flowing, hitting the lat pull down.
Okay.
Come on.
Aye, Captain. You want some pills? Press me through. There's no water in it. Right. I gotta pocket them. Hopefully the bouncer doesn't check me. We're finally ready.
The gym's here, 10 times better in Ireland. I really wish they were like this at home.
Yeah.
So much more motivating. You just look around, everyone's working so hard. It's so different.
I feel like ever since this gym was upgraded so much, I'm just doing steps right now, and we're looking across the entire gym, and it's so freaking motivating, because the gym's really, really busy now, which is totally fine. Like, I don't really mind a busy gym. I've never been one to complain about, like, oh my god, the gym's so busy, like, I can't get on the piece of machinery I want. Like, obviously the gym's gonna be busy. You've literally come at peak time. What do you expect? But it's also amazing to be around people that are pushing each other so hard that you want to also work really hard yourself, because yes, you can get motivated in an empty gym with your music, but when it's literally being shoved in your face, you can't not work hard. Really enjoying my sessions in the UK right now. Like, I feel like coming back and finishing prep in the UK was probably the best option, just from just like a mental health perspective, a prep motivation perspective, actually being driven every single day to become so much more. And doing this all in your hometown where it all sort of began just gives you that little bit of a sprinkle on top of even more drive and motivation to do whatever you got to do to make it happen.
In a world of constant evolution, where the line between man and machine begins to blur, a new age of possibility emerges. Where humanity is augmented to achieve what was once Brilliant minds push the limits of what we thought was possible.
Hey Stu, did ye have a good workout?
That is not Irish.
Tree.
It's 3 minutes to tree.
We did 333 sets of tree. Anyway, that was a really good back workout. We're gonna say biceps for an arm day. Honestly, we are absolutely transforming. I was watching some of the footage back in between a set and I was like, man, it's so good to see like this actually happening. And it's different to when we got the pro card. Like there are lines and there are muscles and there's like, you know, popping and 3D-ness that like wasn't there the year that we got the pro card, which is exactly what I was trying to work for the past year and a half. And to see it coming into fruition is crazy. Like it makes me feel so proud. Funny because obviously recently Greg Doucette made a YouTube video being like, you're gonna be too small, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that, just because you're not as big as top 5 classic physique Mr. Olympia, you just shouldn't compete. Well, guess what, Greg? I don't think so. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna do my very best, because that's all we can do. It's like saying you aren't going to be the fastest person at the Olympics, you're nowhere near Usain Bolt, so you just shouldn't ever run. Giving up just because you're not there yet, and that is not the mentality that anybody should have. The only reason I've ever achieved anything or have anything is because I dared to dream to do the thing that I was nowhere near getting, and then things actually happen. There's so much more things that I want to happen and need to happen in my life, but the only way we're going to find out is if I actually try and don't listen to people that say don't compete because you're too small, and actually go and do it. I'm feeling pretty good right now. We're going to head back and get a post-workout meal. I got pasta covered in Parmesan cheese and I cannot wait. Quick little detour. We've come to Tesco because there is a bunch of stuff that we don't have in the place. One being an extension cable. Watching TV the other night and I went back on something that had a glass of water and it basically spilled over the extension cable that had 4 things plugged into it. My Mac charger, my PC, Alexa, a few things. So we need that and a bunch of food that we don't currently have for one of the meals tonight and tomorrow for sure, because the fridge is pretty much bare. Woo. Bros versus Tesco. Just got to pull the list on. Oh look, flowers. Too bad I have no one to buy them for anymore. I might not leave that in there, I don't know. Oh look at this. Happy anniversary to absolutely no one. I've always been one to make light heart of a sucky situation, but if it wasn't obvious already, now it is. I've only got to watch a freaking Q&A video to figure it out, and it ain't mine. So it took us ages to get what we wanted, and I am freaking starving. I've been on prep obviously now for like 12 weeks, which is quite a while because usually my preps are 13 weeks. I'm definitely starting to feel the absence of flavor, to say the least. So we've got some fresh kimchi. It's just fermented cabbage, so it's great for just gut health. 15 calories per 100 grams, and there's 400 grams in this entire thing. So this entire thing is 60 calories. And Stu got something that I'm very jealous about. Korean style chicken bites. These are some of that I used to have in the off season all the time. And that's going to be it for today's video. I'm literally about to brush my teeth and head to bed. It's been a really good day on prep, to be honest. It was so good to see real changes happening, and of course, like, there are things that I'm looking for. There are moments on this prep where I'm like looking for those brief moments of proof that we can step on this stage and actually like not, you know, make a fool of ourselves because of the fact that this is my first pro show and I am going to be against people that are absolutely massive and have been doing this for a very long time. And I just want to do my best. I want to do the best I can do, and I hope that the best that I have is going to be something that will yield at least a top 5 placing. Like, that's what I'm going for. If we win the show, we're going to the Olympia. That's the reality of what's happening right now. And I'm pretty nervous, but I'm more excited than nervous, if anything. And yeah, I just want to continue working hard and giving this everything I have. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, drop a like, turn on post notifications, subscribe if you haven't already, because it really helps the channel grow. And I will see you in the next episode of Hardbody Shredding. Peace.